in terms of the decision, because I don't think any of us are lawyers.
Well, and I would disagree, because we are intelligent people and we can read basic information to get an understanding of really what is the issue and what can and can't we do so that it can be presented. I want to be informed. I feel like I'm in the dark about what you guys are talking about. What the district attorney said or the state attorney general, and is this really a public meeting or not a public meeting? I need to be better informed, and as a representative, I agree with you, not comfortable.
So there's a comment here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Bill. I think I'm hearing what you're saying, and I'm also hearing what you're saying, Stephen. And I'm thinking if, since the decision, I believe, has been, made for people in terms of recording these meetings, but at the same time, there's some folks that are saying that that you don't feel comfortable because you may want to read up a little bit more, then can we suspend the recordings until we feel that we can, we can make that decision? Because I personally believe that there's people that do not and cannot participate in these meetings because they don't trust, what the video is going to be used for. Many people in our communities, they don't trust what they're going to be saying or recorded.
We provide a
where is
link
it going
to
be?
the website for anybody who wants to see it.
Oh, I understand, but the trust doesn't exist in the community, for many communities. And so that also prohibits people participating. I know that we're going to discuss this next.
They don't
hopefully
trust me.
going to be discussed
Why?
in the next meeting.
They don't trust the idea of recording. Like many, Yani's comment speaks to many.
You just took pictures tonight with your phone.
Yeah, but
I know Tammy. And I took a picture of Tammy.
You've taken pictures of the entire room and put it on Facebook.
Okay.
Chris Bailey has been recording for years.
Well,
There's a comment here.
This is a board meeting. That's piece.
Well, it's about me.
Well, people may not even know you or know your name as a recording. Trust comes from relationships and understanding why it's happening. I think the most important thing is understanding what our membership would want. If they want recording, let's vote on it and go from there. If they don't, go from there. But we need to move, our action needs to be based on what our membership wants, out of respect for our neighbors, out of respect for people that take the time to come to this meeting. I think we need to vote, we need to put it to them to vote as to whether they want this to happen or not, and then let our action be dictated by what our people that come to the meeting want. Whether it be legal opinion or policy or whatever that is. We proceed based on that and we communicate that to them.
And there's nothing else we do. There's no other major decision we've made about how meetings are run. We're not gonna, thank you, Megan. That's very well done. Did you have a comment?
I think, again, there's nuance is what are the community members concerned about? Are they concerned about recording in general? Are they concerned that they can't be in the audience unless they are willing to be recorded and put on YouTube? I think that's why I'm proposing whatever we take to the membership is more than a blanket up or down vote, because I think there are degrees of recording.
So should we put it on the February agenda as a work group topic? It seems like it's more, the nuance is more fine-grained than something that just a presentation Q&A format could handle. So should we have that be a chunk of our meeting, either next month or sometime in the future, to have people have a chance to have those conversations? Because I think right now, people haven't been engaged by the NBHC regarding how they feel about being recorded.
Did they know that Chris Bailey's been recording them secretly for years? I just found that out. I'm quite shocked at that, to tell you the truth.
His audio records and makes the minutes and then...
You know what? I'm standing here with the camera. Everyone can see what I'm doing.
But no one
I had
can
no
see
idea.
you.
I had no idea Chris Bailey was recording.
No one can see you, Mark, and everyone could...
No one can see me. I'm standing right here.
On your
Both of you,
recording.
please.
So here's the thing. So Chris Bailey audio records our meetings. Our secretary audio records our meetings to get the most accurate minutes he can. He deletes the audio recording.
Really?
It's a really common procedure for many
I
secretaries.
think the point is that's never announced. People don't know that they're their comments are being recorded. They don't know what's happening with the recording. And yeah, I think it's the same problem. So
I
whether
don't trust him.
it's videotape or it's, another type of recording, it's still recording. And so, I mean, the precedent has actually already been set by the North Beacon Health Council. This is a lot more visible, so it's become an issue. And I mean, the recording of people knowing who's recording can easily be solved by an announcement of who's recording that's on record, being recorded, and an announcement of where that recording is ending up. And we've done pretty much most of that.
So are you saying
Right.
that membership shouldn't be involved in the conversation at all? Is this not something that the members have a right to participate in the greater conversation?
I think if you're in public, you are already, giving that permission. I mean, private conversation is very pretty clearly defined. It's not private conversation, and people have a right to record it and to view it.
That's
Okay,
what
we
you
have
think.
another
So we have
comment
another
here.
comment, and then can we put, so I would like yes, Stephen.
Why are we discussing the pros and cons of media access law in the 21st century? What's best for North Beacon Hill Council? What is recording achieving? What is recording costing? If we're going to make a value judgment internally, that's what the conversation should be about. If we're not going to make a value judgment internally, I think we have an obligation to present it to the membership at large. I think, as I've said, it's going to lead to a more productive outcome, hopefully, to present more nuance than just a blanket up or down. But we're just talking in circles about a value judgment on the recording and precedent and things that, frankly, are not in the mission of the North Beacon Hill Council. Our mission is to make things work for the neighborhood. How does recording advance that cause? How does recording detract from that cause? If that's the conversation we're going to have, if that's ours as a board to have, or if that is a conversation that the entire organization should have. But this is not an argument about journalism ethics or media access rights.
I would be comfortable in putting it to an opinion vote if there's a very prescribed statement of what people are saying thumbs up or thumbs down to. Like, should the recording of the speakers be made and posted here with by whom, and something very, very specific rather than kind of we'll be talking about it the whole meeting otherwise. So I think it needs to be really specific.
Kind of a proposition 1A, 1B, yes, no thing like for the preschools. An overall yes, no with a,
So that I
Yeah.
don't want to have these side conversations. I just this is why it's being made, kind of the whole thing. This is why it's being made, this is where it goes, this is who's doing it, this is where it, so very specific. So even we understand what it's all about. So I could support that.
So how do we as a board have that conversation either face-to-face or electronically, make it productive over the next 2 weeks so that we have some kind of plan in time for the next meeting or a future meeting?
So Myra, could you put a statement together like that? Pass it out to people?
Of where
Something very specific. Shall we have recording of the speakers during meeting, something really specific?
Why don't you have Melissa write it? She's the one who wants it.
Well, and my question is...
Well, because it's what you've been saying. I mean, I feel like you've been saying this.
Okay, I have a statement that I've printed out before and placed,
Yeah.
posted on the door. We can just use that statement.
So is it really, Melissa? People from the community have said,
that they are not attending meetings because they don't feel comfortable or safe. And there are actually safety issues, and the people who feel unsafe are not saying they feel unsafe because they're people, the main people who said it are people who haven't returned since it became public. The recordings were happening for meetings before it was publicized. And no, the camera isn't obvious. So I think that, it is actually an issue that is affecting people in our membership. And the main thing is...
3, 4, 5. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably a couple dozen
There
people
used to-
overall.
I take attendance, and there are people that used to come every month, and now they don't come anymore, and there are people that I know, and they don't come anymore.
And there are
Well, how many-
presenters that don't
The
come.
question was how